Trump International Hotel in Washington is within walking distance of the White House. BrandonAssociated Press. Donald J. Trump, defendant, has graced reams of court papers through decades of deal-making in New York real estate litigiousness. Donald J. Trump, in his official capacity as President of the United States of America, remains a relatively new phenomenon. But inside a federal courtroom on Wednesday in Lower Manhattan, with the full force of the Justice Department defending him, Mr. Trump will be the focus, in absentia, of a remarkable legal drama as a sitting president, disinclined to relinquish his gilded empire before taking office, violating the Constitution by continuing to own and profit from his businesses. At issue is a lawsuit filed this year in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York by a legal watchdog group, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, or CREW. It has argued that Mr. Trump is violating a constitutional provision that a president may not accept any economic benefit from foreign governments or the United States government beyond his salary. In Washington, the Trump International Hotel, within walking distance of the White House, has become a symbol of the president's tangle of business interests, subsisting in plain view. Other plaintiffs in the case include a group representing restaurants, the owner of a hotel business in New York, and a woman who books hotel events in Washington. It's terribly unfair that Mr. Trump can enter the competitive arena for his businesses, restaurants, hotels, with the advantage of being able to provide White House platforms for his businesses, in violation of the Constitution, said Norman L. Eisen, the chairman of CREW. The government plans to argue otherwise, suggesting that the plaintiffs have failed to demonstrate standing or how they were financially harmed by Mr. Trump's hotel and other businesses. They have offered only abstract disagreements with the president and speculative future injuries, according to a government filing this year. Mr. Trump's defenders added that the plaintiffs' interpretation of the emoluments clause of the Constitution, which bans federal officials from accepting any economic benefit from foreign governments or from the United States government beyond their salaries, was overbroad and unmoored from the text of the Constitution, history and actual practice. The government will dispatch Brett Shumate, a deputy assistant attorney general, for its argument. Last month, Mr. Shumate appeared before a federal judge in Brooklyn to defend the Trump administration's position on the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA, though the specter of lawyerly theatrics, in the neighborhood of Law and Order fame, has thrilled presidential critics eager for their day in court. No immediate resolution is expected after oral arguments on Wednesday. For Mr. Trump, who in a past life found himself on the other end of government-related litigation, the proceedings provide another signpost of a singular American arc. In the 1970s, the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division sued Mr. Trump and his father, accusing them of refusing to rent to black tenants. Mr. Trump enlisted a lawyer who would become a mentor, Roy Cohn, the former red-baiting consigliere of Senator Joseph McCarthy. Other lawyers had advised Mr. Trump to settle with the government, he later recalled. Mr. Cohn had other advice: tell them to go to hell, Mr. Cohn said, before countersuing the government for $100 million, and fight the thing in court. The Trumps ultimately settled, admitting no guilt.